Hello everyone. Today we are diving deep into the legendary Y2K problem, the Millennium Bug. We will explore its causes, dramatic global response, and lessons that still shape digital risk management. Let's see what the world learned when the clock struck midnight in the year 2000. The Y2K bug threatened to disrupt the very fabric of global technology, from banking to healthcare, rooted in two-digit years code. It sparked unprecedented fear, spending, and coordination. Ultimately, remediation was successful, but it left the world with vital lessons in crisis planning and IT leadership. Y2K was a simple yet major oversight. Many computer systems shortened years to two digits. So 99 meant 1999. But what happened when 00 appeared in 2000? Would computer think it was 1900? This confusion risked critical failures everywhere, from ATM to airline bookings system and even life-saving medical devices. So let's have a look to some of the details. So the affected system, as we said, were banking and financial institution, power grid and utilities, transport networks, healthcare systems, government databases, and embedded microchips. What was the vulnerability? So the vulnerable technologies were the COBOL legacy system, embedded firmware, database management system, manufacturing control systems, telecommunication equipments, and even the personal computers. So why did such a glaring flaw exist? First reason, economic constraint. So back in the early days of computing, memory was scarce and costly. Every byte counted. So making two-digit year storage a logical cost-saving measure that seemed reasonable for system expected to last only a few years. Then programming standard. Many used COBOL and other business-oriented language established YY format as standard practice. These conventions become deeply embedded in programming culture and were replicated across countless applications. Then limited foresights. Few programmers in the 1960s or 80s anticipated their system would still be operational beyond the 20th century. The longevity of software far exceeded original expectation. And lack of standards. No global coordination existed at that point of time, which could have a standard date format which can be accepted globally or which was used globally. So each organization developed its own approach, creating fragmented landscape of incompatible systems. People feared chaos, inaccurate bank statements, halted power grids, malfunctioning transportation, and wrong prescription from medical equipments. Many businesses and even government braced for disaster, not knowing which system might fail simply because of the date. The response to Y2K was global and intense. Over $600 billion was spent on finding and fixing vulnerable software and hardware. It took also 3 years of preparation, intensive period of system audits and upgrades had happened, and 100% coverage of essential infrastructure testing was conducted. So uh, the teams audited the test systems, applied it to the production, expanded airfields, patched many of the programs, and even replaced the equipments. Governments coordinated round the clock, creating a blueprint of IT crisis management. So basically, the code analysis and remediation which happened at that point of time required everyone to examine millions of lines of code, expanding two-digit year field to four-digit formats. Then rigorous testing protocol which simulated year 2000 transition scenarios across all modified system have happened. And there was also an emergency response team which was prepared with backup procedures and alternative system in case of any potential failure. So what actually happened? Thanks to the widespread preparation, disruptions were very minor, like errors in transit passes or weather reports. Most critical infrastructure ran smoothly, proving that advanced teamwork and spending were very effective. The demand for legacy programmers, especially those skilled in COBOL, skyrocketed. So, this was an unexpected success. The absence of major catastrophic failure validated the massive global remediation effort. And interestingly, the crisis created enormous demand of COBOL programmer, as I said before. So, every anticipated threat teaches you a lot of things and created also a lot of opportunity. Y2K triggered a boom in the IT sector basically, with huge projects and surging salaries for specialized skills. After successful changeover, those jobs quickly faded also, but it gave a boost, no doubt. So in 1997 to 1998, the IT sector boom happened. Unprecedented demand for programming services, system upgrades, and Y2K specialists drove industry rapid industry expansion. Then later in 1999, the salary explosion happens. So the COBOL programmer, of course, no one uses that anymore, but back in that time, commanded a salary of 100,000 to 200,000 annually, and contract rates even exceeded $1,000 per day. Then in 2000 and 2001, market correction happened when the Y2K demand collapsed. The IT sector, which has expanded just to remediate that, also got contracted and contributed to the dot com bubble burst. And in long term, new standards were established, a very comprehensive IT governance framework and crisis management protocols across the industries were established. So Y2K taught us that proactive investment in IT infrastructure is just not about technology. It's about business continuity and risk management at the highest level. Y2K also proved how long legacy system can last, often outliving their designers. It taught us to document, audit, and modernize infrastructure regularly. Ignoring technical debt can be disastrous. Above all, risk management must be part of every organization's DNA, especially where technology is mission critical. To prevent a repeat scenario, it's always recommended to use robust 4-digit year formats, audit systems routinely, especially the old ones, and always keep documentations up to date. Continually modernize business critical softwares are must and watch for new risks, like the approach year 2038 bug, which could impact today's embedded system. Now, Y2K's story include legendary figures, massive investment, and global teamwork, especially from country like India that helped solve the crisis. So some of the names here are Grace Hopper. She was pioneer of COBOL programming language whose early work inadvertently contributed to the Y2K problem through widespread adoption of her language conventions. Peter DeHager, he was a Canadian consultant who became the leading advocate for Y2K awareness, publishing influential articles that sparked global recognition of the crisis. India's IT revolution. Y2K remediation services launched India's global IT service industry, with companies like Infosys and TCS gaining international prominence through Y2K projects. So, the critical analysis questions are: what specific programming and business decision created Y2K risk? How could different choices may have prevented the crisis? Which industries and countries were most or least prepared? What factors contributed to their readiness level? Which remediation approach proved to be most successful? What can we learn about the crisis management strategies? And how should organizations identify and manage similar technologies risk in an increasingly digital world? So, this was the video, everyone. For more insightful case studies on technology management, crisis response, and digital transformation strategies, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you found this case study valuable, please share it with your professional network. Stay updated with our latest business and technology case studies. Thank you.